Hi. Hi friends. My name is Corinne. I am a fluid art artist, also known as Acrylic Pour. I am here to make a how-to video for you to enjoy and might try it at home. I hope that you are enjoying this wonderful wellness marathon that Tree of Life at Cauley has put together for all of us to enjoy. And I'm going to be giving you instructions on how to do your own acrylic pour at home, including everything you need to do it. And I'm also going to be talking a little bit about the intention of this acrylic pour, which is abundance. So as you guys probably know, right now we are in a difficult time and there's a lot of lack. There's different things going on that I don't want to focus on. What I want to focus on is the abundance of it. When you focus on something, you attract. So it's like a magnet that we all have. So instead of talking about what there is lack of, I want to actually represent abundance by doing a artwork that is going to represent that. So the actual definition of abundance is a large quantity of something. And I've chosen the colors of gold, purple, turquoise, and green to make this painting. The gold color, it's associated with illumination, love, compassion, courage, passion, magic, and wisdom. I also chose the color of purple. The purple color is actually representing royalty, luxury, power, ambition, mystery, and independence. Then I chose the turquoise color as it represents serenity, emotional balance, spiritual grounding, and intuition. And last but not least, I also chose the color green, which represents renewal, nature, growth, and harmony. So these are all the things that I want to give to you. I want to give you an abundance of illumination, love, compassion, courage, passion, magic, wisdom, and everything else that we're going to put our intention here into this painting. So as you're watching me do this, I want you to take what I've mentioned and just keep it in your heart and bring this abundance of love and energy into your life. Don't worry about what you don't have, but be thankful for what you do have. And more than anything, be thankful for what's coming to you. And I'm not talking just about material things. Of course, we all need it. There's nothing wrong with wanting material things, money, in the sense of abundance. Bring that on too. But what I'm talking about more than anything right now is abundance of energy, rising our vibrations, so you can bring in that money and that abundance in a physical level. Okay, so let's begin. We're going to start with mixing of the paints, which is very important. So I'm going to tell you what you guys need to create your own pour. Okay, so I'm going to be flipping the camera down. Alright, so tray, optional. You can also use a bag that you can put on and then, pour. Canvas. Everything here you can actually get at the dollar store when they open again, or you can buy online. You can get it on Amazon. Then you need your paints, which I use acrylic paints. See, I use different kinds. You don't really need to stick to one as long as they're acrylic. Different, brands have different viscosity and things, but either way, we're gonna mix it together. So it's up to you. I usually get the ones at Michael's, or I even get them from the dollar store. You're also going to need a rag. You're going to need Flutrol, which I've actually switched into this container here, but you can get Flutrol from Home Depot or from Lowe's. Okay, it's spelled F-O-E-T-R-O-L. Water, liquid silicone, cups. I reused my cups, that's why they look like this. I like to try to recycle as much as I can. Popsicle sticks that I also washed and reused. A straw, optional. And I also have a torch, which is optional as well. I like to use it because the torch helps with popping up the bubbles that the paint is going to create. Okay, perfect. So now we have everything, and we can start with the first steps, which will be to mix our paints. Okay. Now, the reason that I have music, and I hope you guys hear it, is because as I do this, I also want you to relax and enjoy these wonderful, wonderful activities that we're doing today. Today is a very important day as far as the date, April 4, 2020. It opens up a portal of abundance, energy, and wonderful things. It's a great day to express yourself, learn new things. So I want you to relax and listen to the music. I have some incense going on right now. So if you guys see any smoke behind me, it's actually the incense and it's nothing else. The house is not on fire, thank you. So all I'm doing is just putting in the paint here, and I use a 2-to-1 ratio for the. I bought a lot of my pours here, which means that I look at it and I can tell more or less how to mix it. But for beginners, you want to do. If you do 1 ounce of paint, then you're going to do 2 ounces of Flutrol. Flutrol is a paint conditioner that allows the paint to flow the way it's supposed to flow when you do this kind of pours. Okay? And I have 2 kinds of gold here just because I want to see the difference in them. I actually like the first one better. It's more of a popping gold. And I chose these colors, as I mentioned, because it reminded me of abundance, and I definitely want you guys to feel that you have enough, because we actually do. Hopefully everything goes back to normal soon, and we're going to appreciate so much more the time that we have with our friends, hugging people, being with people. It is so important. And then enjoy the music. Think of something that you would like to bring into your life right now. That you want something that is a large quantity of something. What is that large quantity that you would like? And focus on that. Whether it's health, whether it's time with family, self-esteem. It could be anything. If you want to write it down, if you want to get a little piece of paper and write it down, you're welcome to do that as well. Just enjoy watching me paint, mix, create. And as I said, you can always do this with the kids at home, or if you just want to remain watching, you can just watch. I'm super glad that you guys are here, and I hope you enjoy all the other workshops that we're having today. Stick around or log in, log off. Purple. Purple, royalty, luxury, power, ambition, mystery, and independence. How amazing is that, huh? You mix it well. You mix the Fluoro with the paint on all cups. Green, nature, renewal, growth, harmony. What beautiful words. And we have the gold. Gold is associated with illumination, love, compassion, courage, passion, magic, and wisdom. To mix your colors. As you mix, you don't think of anything, you're just watching that paint. And finally, we have the turquoise. I love turquoise. Such a amazing little color. They all are. Turquoise is associated with serenity, emotional balance, spiritual grounding, and intuition. How beautiful is that? Let's bring all of that good stuff, all of that abundance into our life. Okay, so you have your 4 mixes here. You're gonna add a little bit of water, just a little bit to make it more flowy. It is fluid art after all. Ooh, I went a little bit too much on that one, but should be fine. Should be fine. If anything, I'll just add a little more paint. It's all good. I do this with kids, and honestly, they do their own thing. Even though I tell them what they need to do, they throw in water, Fluoro, and it always comes out beautiful. I think it's mostly because they really put that intention. So I love doing my workshops with kids, and I really miss it. I know that it will come back and it's gonna be fun. So I'm actually so happy that the Tree of Life at Cauley has put this together so I can share this with you virtually. So I can connect with you and give you all of this abundance that we're talking about. Okay? So then you're gonna add a drop of the liquid silicone, which is optional. Some people use it, some people don't use it. I like to use it to add a little bit more of the cells that we're going to be creating. So you're gonna mix that real good as well. You see how the paint just flows from the stick? That's how you know there's something. Oh, sometimes the Flutro creates like this kind of glue, because Flutro is kind of glue. So don't worry about that. If that happens, you just remove it and you keep going. Some people use gloves as well. It's another optional thing. I don't. I've always liked to have colors around me, on me. I try to be as clean as possible, but it's all part of the fun. That's why kids like it too, I guess. So there you go. You see how you just flows. We're gonna do the green. I think this one has, yep. You're gonna notice these little things. I've tried glue instead of Flutro and it didn't work for me. Some people use it. I stick with the Flutro, is how I learned. And you can actually buy a huge gallon of it for like, I don't know, $13 or something at Lowe's. This one has some too. Just remove it. It's kind of like removing the negative, you know? Take it off the paint. Take it off of yourself. Focus on abundance. Should be good. So we're going to put everything away. Just set it apart. Sometimes I have a cup. Right now I'm just going to put it right here on this side. And the technique I'm doing today, because there's different kinds of fluid art techniques, just ways of actually putting the paint in the canvas. There's the swipe pour. There's also a balloon pour, which people actually use a balloon to create. There's also a dirty pour, which is what I'm going to do today. So it's called dirty pour because you basically are going to mix all of your paints into one large cup, and then you're going to, it's also called a flip cup. and then you're going to flip it. Okay, so I'm gonna start by putting the paints in this large cup first, and like I tell when I do workshops, and I tell my students, just pick whatever color feels good to start with, right? So we started with gold when we're talking about abundance. I'm gonna start with a little bit of gold. Okay, then purple, then turquoise, then my green. Okay, then I'm gonna do some purple just to mix it up a little bit. Green, turquoise, gold, purple. You see how that looks? How cool is that, huh? That is the Flutrol. Basically letting the colors stay separate while still mixing. It's magical. I remember the first time I saw a video, I was like, oh my gosh. I was mesmerized. Okay. So you want to use all of the paint. And if you guys are wondering what you're going to do with the leftover paint that falls on the bottom, I also make jewelry with that paint. And I guess eventually I'll be posting a video about how to do that, because I used to feel really bad about wasting that paint that is going to flow. But now I don't anymore. Solution. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so I'm going to lift up the camera so you guys can see a little bit of how I'm gonna do it. So flip cup or dirty pour. You get the cup, you hold your canvas really good, okay, like open hand, and place it. You have to make sure that it's not coming off the sides here. Okay, you're gonna hold it really tight, like I told my kids, and then you're just going to flip it. Alright, and you're just going to let it sit there for a moment. Okay, don't worry about like having to pick it up, let it all come down. And then as I lift it, I want you guys to think of that abundance, that word. What do you want to bring right now? What do you want in your life? Think of it and let it come in. 1, 2, 3. Oh wow, it looks like a parrotfish. Look at the cup, how cool. So, as you can see, there's your creation. You helped me with this one. I'm just gonna tilt it a little bit, but not too much, so I don't lose that magnificent cells right here. And then you can use the torch, if you have one, to just blow in any bubbles. Be careful not to burn the canvas, and you use your straw to kind of cover in the sides there and create some new designs too if you want. If you blow on it, let me try to pick it up so you guys can see it. It's so beautiful. And then, so the sides don't stay, you can just grab some of that paint. This is where the gloves come in handy if you want to get your fingers painted. And you cover the edges. And that's it. There's your painting. Now, this needs to dry for about 48 to 36 hours. So don't touch it. Put it somewhere safe.